Okay. Hello and welcome to Tell Me Something Good News. So today, after Giselle's, okay, I'm not well again, so I'll let you talk. I'll just say hi first. Hello and welcome to Tell Me Something Good News. Today,
Hello, everyone. Yeah.
hello Giselle, welcome Giselle. So Giselle will be talking about business travel tips, fashion tips for women who go on business travel and with the business meetings. So Giselle, over to you. Giselle, so you are a frequent business traveler, and what fashion trends have you spotted in business women?
Right. I think there are four key trends that I thought that which are quite important for similar travel pattern women around the world that you can always stick to. First of all, because you have to walk a lot. So choose a comfortable chic footwear. It's important. For myself, I'm able to walk. I think I'm actually quite used to walking on heels. So I would go for, these kind of low heels shoes. And some of those women who can't afford of wearing heels is also consider of wearing these kind of clothes, which is very in a trend and classic as well. I think in terms of colors, you can go for nude color or black in the traditional color like black or brown, like here. And I would suggest in terms of the design, just pointed toes, that would be very stylish as well. The second one would be on top, or if in cold weather, you can choose to wear a blazer as well. That always adds the layer and it also helps in protecting you from cold weather. Or if you don't want any blazers, then of course you can just wear a shirt as well. But white or black, again, is quite basic and classic colors that you can always go for. The third one would be accessories. So in terms of accessories, not only just about necklaces or earrings or rings, that kind of accessories. I'm talking about things like scarves or belts that can stand out a little of your outfit, adds a little color of your full look, such as this one. You can wear plain colors of your whole outfits, but then if you wear relatively simple patterns, that really makes the whole look very differently. Fourth one, it's very important for me as well. That's the bag. So because you're traveling, especially during the business travel, it's important for you to get your stuff in quite quickly, and it's important for you to have everything ready in hand. So I would usually go for when I'm going to the airport, I usually go for those bags, which is this kind of handle or this kind of tote bags where you have compartment, but also have many smaller compartments inside where you can stuff your wallet in, you can stuff your passport in, you can stuff your documents in on top of your hand carry luggage. So these are the four essential trends for business travel women.
That's very, very good. Thanks for providing a very comprehensive outline about how women, what are the best practices with
No
business
problems.
travel fashions. Been very, very good. So,
No problems.
you're welcome. The second question I have is from your experience, are there any differences between countries in fashion trends for business women?
Yes, it does. So I would share the four key countries for this session for now,
Right.
which are which tend to be more obvious around the world. The The first one would be Japan. Japan tends to be more conservative, and they avoid shoulders showing from or form-fitting outfits. Skirts usually hit the nails, or heels tend to be very conservative as well. So not too high, but with a little bit height with the heels, which are very common in Japan. And as you can see from the picture here, these are quite standard outfits for business men or women in Japan. And let's go to the other part of the world, Spain. Spain would dress impress. So they would usually go for some sharp colors, bold colors, like this one in red, or even though it's in blue, it's not the very dark blue here. It's like a royal blue here. And they would do more obvious makeup. They would wear more obvious jewelry as well. So that's from Spain. Overall, they just dress to impress. Then we go back to Thailand. Thailand blouses would hit the elbows because, as you know, Thailand is usually quite warm in the country, right? So pants are less common because most women would wear skirts, acceptable for a range of colors, like this one in yellow. And red is a special color for them, so it's usually for special occasions as well. And they tend to wear jewelries also. France will tend to wear well-tailored dress, patterned fabrics, dark colors, but they avoid glitzy jewelries. So that's what I have observed in Asia and some part of Europe.
Sounds great. That's a very, very impressive contrast in terms of different countries with different business fashion for women. So that's really, really good. Now, the third question I do have for you, Giselle, is what are the most presentable dresses for business women?
Right. Okay, so I have put together some basic items here. In terms of, well, first of all, let's look at it in two different dimensions. One is for very professional attire. The other one is for business casual. When I say professional attire, it refers to, very important formal meetings that you might have meetings with the officials, very first time important clients that you will have to meet. But then for business casual, it may refer to occasions like a networking event, cocktail event, that kind of things. So in terms of color, to get a professional look for important meetings, you can always choose to go for a neutral palette, which is black, white, brown, gray, or dark blue. But if you're going for more casual settings, then you can add more colors and patterns or textures in it. As you can see from this image here, you can wear red. Where the professional one, you can always stick to black and white, which is always a safe choice. And in terms of the top options, please always choose tailor suit jacket or a blazer for a professional look. Then for excuse me, and then for business casual outfits, you can choose a jacket or you can add a cardigan, but please avoid strapless for women especially. For accessories, as a professional outlook, no more than 5 pieces, jewelries, and try to keep it simple. Something like wearing a stud earrings, or if you want to wear a drop earrings, then you may have to avoid wearing too big necklaces, that kind of thing. For business casual, you can be more bold, but so keep it to 5 pieces only. Bottoms, tailor suit pants or new length dress or skirts are quite common. But for casual settings, khaki pants or fingertip length skirts are also acceptable. For shoes, I think as a professional, sometimes you probably will have to wear low heels for women to elevate your whole figures. But then for business casual, you can wear flats, or if you prefer, you can always wear heels. And for the general tips, I think whenever you're in doubt, especially when we talked about the culture difference, wear conservatively. Because especially if you don't know about the country well, dress conservatively would always help. And as a professional, whether or not it's in a professional setting or in a bit casual setting, I think we should always keep our outfit wrinkle-free as well. And stick with solid colors and simple patterns. Don't go with, all the flowery. I mean, you can keep it for the weekend, but if you're not sure, always stick to these solid colors and simple patterns like strips or yeah. Hair has to be neatly trimmed or groomed. The messy look is more for the casual. And check for missing buttons or lint on your clothes. That always shows how you take care of yourself personally in a professional setting.
Sure, makes sense what you're saying, and it's very, very good expert tips here. So that's great. This
Thank
is the
you.
final question. So, with
Yes.
warmer weather approaching in the Northern Hemisphere, what
Yep.
are your dress tips for business women?
Right. Okay. So I have 3 big tips for the warm weather outfits. First of all, please stick to the polished pieces like more feminine blouse, pencil skirts, or fit pants. Something similar to what you can see from the pictures. The second one would be layer your look. So because it's warm weather, so please choose lightweight fabrics like silks or linens. But be careful of linens because most of the time when you pack things in the suitcase, linen is the most easier. It's I wouldn't say it's the most easiest, but it would be one of the easiest fabrics to get wrinkle. So be sure you allow enough time and make sure that the hotel you're staying at would provide you with an iron for you to iron it before you go for important meetings. And then I can understand that sometimes when, even though the country would have a warm weather, but then a lot of time you will have to go into meetings where it's indoor or in the office settings where they may have air conditioners. So be sure to bring your cardigan or blazer with you as well. I mean, light one would be perfect. Shoes, choose the closed-toe pumps. That would be a safe choice as well. And I think even though it's for warm weather, as a professional look woman, I think sandals will not be so appropriate for a business setting, either professionally or casual, business casual. The last one would be seasonally, but not too summery. So that means not to wear sundress or avoid flip-flops or cleavage for women especially, or minis, mini skirts, mini tops, all those kind of outfits.
Sounds good. Well, Giselle, you've given us a very, very comprehensive presentation about the latest business fashion tips for women, which will be very helpful to many business travelers out there. So thanks for your time, and we're
Most
looking
welcome.
forward to your updates in the very near future.
Of course. Thank you, Victor. I look forward to sharing more fashion tips and styling tips with everyone here.
Thanks very much, Giselle, and have a great day, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Victor, and
Thank
everyone.
you.
See you.
See you
Bye.
later. Bye bye.